Okay, good. Good. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And as mentioned, today we'll be covering how to create an effective and the what do you call it, the killer resume. We have seen, right? You apply, right? You apply and apply. You don't get anything back from the company. And on the websites and the portal that you see, especially on LinkedIn, I'm talking about, you see this one position and there are more than 200, 300 people applying for it. So how do you get shortlisted? Now, there's a myth, right, that there isn't a system, a robot, which does the scanning and shortlisting of the resume. Trust me, that's not there. That's not
आज
there.
जरा
There
मीटिंग मध्ये मी
is
काय
no
झालं इकडे घेऊन येते.
actual human beings scan and shortlist the resume. So there are criteria which they follow, but there is a human. There is no robot. In my company, and I know multiple companies where there is no robot. Even Google, Facebook, these companies also. Amazing. They actually there are recruiters. Okay, so that's the first myth which there's some robot and you have to put that keyword and no. You have to put the keyword so that I mean as a human also they will scan it and see whether you're fitting to the or you're meeting the requirement or not. Okay, so that's the one clarity I wanted to make. Second is, let me share my screen. Okay, and the system we call it ATS, right? So ATS is because of ATS you're not getting it, or that's not right. Okay, and
मी
this is
काय
as I said, this is a hands-on session. So you should have your, I mean, if possible, you should have your resume
17 divided by 3
open
कसं
at
डिवाइड
one
व्हायचं
side,
मित्र.
and then you will see the difference. That what I will be talking about. See, and this is applicable for whatever role that you are playing. Is not specifically around product management. Although, I mean, I will talk about more of product management side, but the tactics and the presentation and the format is applicable to every role, whatever role that you are playing. Okay, so what I mean, if you look at the resume, what does it have? The first section we call it summary, right? That's the start. I mean, the top we'll talk about. I mean, your name, your location, and your LinkedIn. That's there. That's common. You don't have to change on that. Your phone number, contact number. That's okay. And always try to add the details. If you're adding your LinkedIn, then it should be a hyperlink. If your phone number is, make it in hyperlink so that these recruiters what happen in my company, so all your this telephony system are connected with your virtual desktop. So when you click on that number, it gets connected with the telephone and the call is done. So if you make a number as an hyperlink and your LinkedIn profile as an hyperlink with one click, they don't have to type. And as a matter of fact, most
हे
of
तुला
the humans
हे
are
17 ला
lazy.
जाणार नाही पूर्ण. 3/18 पाहिजे.
So they don't want to make an effort with
अजून एवढे
easiest.
छोटे
I
छोटे
mean, you
नाही
look
होते,
at the
मोठे घे ना
products nowadays,
डिव्हिजनला.
right? What we are doing, we are just trying to reduce the number of steps taken to do something.
बुक घेऊन ये
This is
बरं.
applicable for humans also, right? That these products are being used in human only. Okay. Now let's. Okay. Just a sec. What is the? Let me. Just a sec. I'll. Okay, it's better now. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. So the first section, the summary. Summary is really important because the summary gives you go no go decision. Because just based on the summary, the hiring manager makes a decision. So what is it? You have to keep it short and real and remove all the buzzwords: visionary, extraordinary, hardworking. These words doesn't impress. Big words. Don't. Extraordinary in late night worker. Nobody. I will show you how people write. But that doesn't impress. And that's because your resume doesn't get shortlisted. So reduce the number of words that you have got. I mean, especially the buzzwords. I will show you. Let me show you how does it work. I mean, I should have. What is the difference, especially around? Where is this now? Okay, just take a look at this one, and you can see how many of you have such resumes, right? Just take a look. This recently somebody has sent me a resume. Manish, I'm looking for a job. What I mean, career objective or summary, what you call it? 10 years experience with demonstrated history of successful delivering the quality. Are your summary should be some actionable. You did this and this has happened, and this is what you have been doing it specifically around with the numbers. I will show you mine, right? So this doesn't impress me. Strong in technical acumen with leadership in building teams. With 10 years of experience, right? What all teams that you have been building it, and you have not mentioned it. So this summary doesn't impress, and not gonna impress with 10 years of experience. These are just buzzwords, right? Now let me show you mine. Just take a look. Small, short. Just take a look. Working with this phone number, name, and this is hyperlink. Just click and you will get it. This is it. Just take a look. 7 years of experience in building APIs, mobile product for internal 300k employees of JP Morgan. Across the globe, which resulted in 5 million hours of time saved per year. Led the product development since inception and finally onboarded 70 applications on the APIs across business in the first year itself. So just by reading the first section itself, you know that, oh, this is what this guy has been doing. Now looking at this, what do you understand what he's doing? Which kind of application, what is the skill? Nothing. Because summary is go, no go. Because summary is no go, right? So you have to make it like this, direct to the point. Because in the first look, it should show that, oh, yes, this is what I'm looking for. And this should match with the JD of the you're applying for. Done? Any questions on this? Any question that you have got? You understood, right? Somebody has, don't use buzzwords. Don't use big, visionary kind of, which doesn't make sense, which doesn't impress. See, it should be more actionable, what you have done, rather than just words. These are just words, it doesn't make any sense and doesn't impress. So remove all the buzzwords. Straight, what you have been doing. Like this. You got it? Don't do like this. Okay, the first thing, summary is done. Then the work experience. In the work experience, you should have max 3 bullet points. Or include a highlight before the work experience. No, that's a summary. Well, I will show you. Dilip, that's a summary. Summary is on a high level what you have been doing it. Last 7, 8 years, that kind of stuff you have to explain. In that summary, the objective and summary. So I don't like objective, just put it summary. The summarized form of the entire resume. Especially around 7, 8 years of, which is more relevant to the role that you are applying it. So you should start with the summary and I will show you. Then you should get into the work experience. Okay, so first is your work experience with the company that you are working with. Maximum 3 points. 3 points. Don't use jargons and explain. And first of all, you don't have to explain about your product or the project. Oh, I was working in this was this. Not everything. Just at the high level. And what you have done in that. Not everything, trust me. Nobody is interested, and I'm not in your business here. Why should I know? I mean, whether you're working in telecom and what you have done. Doesn't matter if you give me those details. It doesn't matter. So, that's what was the product high level. Why was it special or impact? Why it was special? And the key challenges that you have faced and overcome. 3 point, right? What was the product or the project? Why it was special? And 3 key points, key challenges that we have got. See, I mean, writing something doesn't mean that you know it. And this, your hiring manager also knows that if you write something, it doesn't mean that you know it. So, write with the result, whatever you are writing it. And this is the format that you should choose. It gives you a clear picture. What is the product? Why it was special? And what are the key challenges that you took? Now let me show you. Okay. This is mine, right? Although I've written more, but it should cover in three sections only. What it is. Leading the employee experience APIs, which were built to improve the experience and enhance productivity by reducing step-by-step steps on the click to perform day-to-day activities. So the product is clear. And little more on the built APIs that were reusable for all the products in the bank. This I can remove. It's okay. Then this is the important. As I said, why it is important. First is what is the product and why it is important. What is new? What is special about it? Worked on the strategy to reduce the response time. That you reduce the time, and this successfully onboarded 7. You see the numbers are there. This numbers gives you. See, you also, I mean, whenever you read anything or hear something, right? Numbers gets you the attention. 70 internal application in the first year, retain 90%. Oh, wow. 20% new adoption every quarter. Oh, wow. This is good. Can you see it? Then this number, collaborated with CXS, 80% CSAT score. So for you also, if you're a developer, if you are a project manager, if you are a software tester, a QA, always mention the numbers what has resulted. That's it. Why it is? What is the product? High level. Do you understand what APIs I've been building? What exact? No, It's just experience API. They're reducing the effort. They're increasing the productivity. So these are your company's proprietorship, intellectual property. You can talk about them in an interview, not on the CV. So it should be very high level. And always talk about what your contribution. Don't talk much about the product. Oh, product is this, product is that, product that. Oh, what is your role? What did you do? And what are those numbers? Right? Let me show you something which I want to take a look at this. Take a look at this one. What he has done. First of all, technical skills you should not be. It's okay. We'll talk about technical skills and this. Take a look at this one. Project. This is right company. Swiggy vendor app, right? Analyze the requirement, participated in preparing of test cases, participation, analyzing, created. But there's nothing, right? This is pretty copy paste. I can see it, it's copy paste. What is special about you that you have done it? See, I mean, whatever you do, there are only three reasons why you're doing it. Any work. First is there has to be some new learning that you have done. First is new learning. Second is there should be some reduction in effort, either from your side for the development or testing, or there should be increase in revenue. Three things. Remember, everything should be circulated now, and these has to be numbers. You can't just put like, oh, this like executed the test case with that. You're wasting time. Perform system testing. You have to perform. That's your role. What is new in it? Why should I take your? I will not go through this resume. No. Tracking application logs on. What has resulted in this? Were you able to discover more defects? Were you able to deliver more quality in terms of numbers? Reduction in production issues? What has resulted into it? Quantify number. As a number always attract. Any questions you have got? Sorry. This is what? 3-4 lines experience. Last 3-4. Don't explain. I mean, if you have worked with 7-8 companies, no. I will show you. Just 3-4 companies last you have worked with. Which is, before that, it doesn't matter. And these are the 3 points that you have to mention about the company that you have worked with. Don't specify specific project that you have worked in. 1 project, 2 projects. Summarize the company and that you have done it. Is it making sense? Can you answer yes or no? Are you able to follow? Dilip, Harsh, Santosh, Shubham, are you able to follow, right? And you will see this, I mean, this is the starting, you'll see how effective it becomes. Okay, so this is how you write the work experience. Then comes the, you should include, okay, good. You should include some hooks in the interview. For the interviewer, curiosity, anything that, and that way you should include in the your achievement. I will show you how, and that will become the point of discussion in the interview. See, you have to manage the interview. So whatever you have mentioned in the resume, that gives the first platform, right, which will be used for discussion. The first artifact, we call it, of the platform. Looking at the resume, he will ask questions. So you should give some hook in the resume. Let me show you how you should give the. Just a sec. Let me see where is my. 1 second. Let me show this. What one screen stuff sometime. I will show you. Okay. See, this is once you have done this. Now you have to put some hooks. This is my list. Hooks comes in the achievement. This. Led the Code for Good initiative from Bangalore. This becomes okay. There's something special about this guy. He led. Then receive recipient of the Ovation Award, which is only 1% of the workforce is given in Royal Bank of Scotland. Got distinction in steering agile capability, which led to the 2,200 man days reduction. These are the hooks which will get you questions, and you are ready to talk about them because you are the one who have put them in the achievement, and these achievements should be something which is, I mean, it should not be just generic, right? Something that you should have shown that, oh, this is okay. Career awards and recognition that you should put in. Then comes the third one, skill section. Let me show you skill section. Right, the wrong way. I mean, this is product management, product matrix, Jira, Confluence, risk management, product strategy. You have done. Does it make sense? I mean, what does it give me? These are just words. These are just words, and they don't impress. They don't impress. So don't do this. And I can show you. I mean, let me see if I can get you. Okay. Take a look at this one. Skills which you have mentioned. Technical skill. Managing the QA lead, leading the team of 8. This is work on mobile. This is, I mean, what does it give me? Highly experienced in manual testing. It doesn't give me any number. It doesn't prove that you. There's something that I should interview. This is an interesting guy. Proficient in API testing. And what is the result in that? What you did into that? JSON validation in API automation. Oh, no. This is just number. This is just words. Eh? You can't impress the hiring manager with words. You have to put the result, the action what you have taken, or what was the problem that you overcome. With words, you're not gonna impress. Experience in Google Analytics and event testing. It's good, but what exactly? This is all just experience, just a little more onto this. Not like this. I will show you how it looks like. Product manager for growing CRM and SaaS products. Specifically, you can also mention testing professional with this business line. CRM product or the e-commerce product or the edtech product, SaaS product, mainframe product, banking product. That way, specifically here, this improved UX measures by 25% through feedback. This makes sense. Oh, So what does it show? That I know how to improve UX, the user experience, how to get the feedback. So then I don't have to explain, I know this tool, like this tool, this, that. Well, I don't have to explain. Write it down. Save words. I don't have to do that. Uh, there's no light. Okay. Should give me a sec. Okay. Just a sec. Let me go out. One sec. Yeah, questions you have got. How do we measure all the percentages? I mean, see, this is you have to come up that this is the percent I think is the change is you have to come up, and you can speak to the your the users or the customers you have got or the managers you have got. What is the change? See, whatever you do in your career, in your role in the office, it has to be measured, it has to be quantified. And these all, when you start measuring and you know that this is what I need to put it in the resume, then same you would be able to put it in your review, annual review, that this is what I have done. That's why I'm saying it's important. Always put, there has to be some numbers. If something can't be measured, it cannot be improved. It cannot be estimated. If it is not measured, that's nothing. It has to be measured. Okay. And speak to, I mean, wherever, whatever you're doing it, if you're running test cases, yes, there has to be some numbers. And you can assess for yourself, right? What is the change that you have brought in? Let me show you mine. Just a sec. This is, just take a look, this one. Competency, the skills that you have solved. Data collection and extraction analysis. What exactly? Hands-on experience in querying data from SQL and NoSQL. SQL and MongoDB. These are type of DB that I am well versed with. That with third-party analytical tools such as Tableau and Mixpanel and Splunk. Now you understand, right? Why these tools I have used? What is the purpose that I have used for data collection, extraction, and analysis? See, it convey what? I know data collection, I know extraction, and I know analysis, and I've been doing it using these tools. So it gives the picture, right? Not just I know Splunk. Okay. What you have been doing with Splunk? Just like, I mean, I know performance testing, I know load testing, I know security testing, I know Java. But what exactly you have been doing with Java? That you have to improve. That you have to write here. Then the interactive prototyping and user testing. I know prototype. How do you do prototyping? By using tool, you can draw the prototype before the product. And the tools are draw.io and InVision. So I have not just stated words, InVision, draw.io. Is actually what actually I have done with them. Prototyping. Then user testing. Then Excel. You know Excel, right? Everybody. Write what Excel is. Hands-on experience on MX Excel, pivotal, weak lookup, index, match functions, which I have been using it. Then A/B testing, experimental. Can you see? Instead of writing just the words, just the numbers, I know this, I know, it doesn't give. It has to be some action, what you have been doing. Are you able to get this? So don't write just numbers. Reason and buzzwords. Avoid it. Now, certificates. Any questions you have got before we move further? Sometimes a person has no practical experience with skill but courage to mention it in resume to get visibility on the front. This usually happen after. See, if you don't have the hands-on experience, the first approach should be do somewhere, right? Do something. I mean, let's talk about automation only. If you have just started learning, then you can mention it in the certificate and this. Gone through this training and I scale myself this. Just training, right? Just like I've mentioned, courses and certificate. Don't put it because that gives the wrong impression and wrong expectations also. And that's why you feel there's a mismatch. You go there and they're looking for automation expert, and then you go, I have just got started. Meet the expectations, meet what they're looking for. And always try the practical understanding. See, nowadays there are a lot of websites, a lot of products that are free, I mean, available, right? You just automate them. Try getting the practical experience. If not in company, get it on yourself. There are forums online, right? Join them and start learn. I mean, practical implementing automation. And if it is just the starting that you have done, you have just started, mention here and you can rate it. Just like I've said. Don't mention like this, the course certificate, the Scrum Master. No. Which year and rating. How do you rate yourself? You yourself. I rate myself as 4.5. Almost everything I know from the certificate perspective, teaching, whatever they have told. And product managers from agile.org. So which institute gave, which year you have done, and what was the rating that you see. Yes, you have to give yourself. And then comes the education. Don't put education like this, BTech, 12th, 10th, and this year. No. Add some to it. Don't just add basic. The year and what you have done. Receive 80% marks across all the semesters. That's interesting. President of IC College Student Council. So we used to have a student council for the final year student, for the placement and all. And it also does. So I was a president for 1 year. I mentioned this. Got funding for 10 lakhs there was annual invest. And we got this sponsorship and got funding for 10 lakhs. Interesting. This gives, there's something this guy has done. Are you able to get this? And your resume should not exceed 2 pages, irrespective number of years of experience you have got. If it is exceeding two pages, there is a problem. Cut. So don't use buzzword and trust me. Just be real and straight to the point. Put numbers and you will see the difference. Are you good? Any questions that you have got? Okay. Then there are some resources which are available online. Resume.io. This will help you to build your resume. You can start looking it. I will paste it in the chat so that it comes to where is it? So that it is becomes easy for you. Then for if you are looking for a product manager resume, sample resume, this is also Jetty. They have got multiple. You can take a look. And this is one more website, Flexi Jobs. So after you have created this your resume, try putting it at Flexi Jobs, and you can get freelancing options. There are people who are looking for testers. This is just to test. It's okay. You can go ahead and take the opportunities and offers, but to test whether your resume is working or not, you can try on this portal. And if you want to rank, how is your profile looking it on LinkedIn, or how is your resume looking distribution wise, you can validate. It will give you a percentage, the ranking, 30%, 40%. Your resume should be around 70%. You can save these links. Okay. So that comes to the ending today. So what you need to do? Summary, crisp, summarize form. Don't use buzzwords. It doesn't impress anybody. Don't use buzzwords. Right? Yep. How to make all the content in page or two if the person has worked on multiple projects. See, if there are more projects, see, your role is, first of all, you don't have to explain about the project or the product. That you have to do it in the interview specifically. Although there's nobody interested in your product, trust me. Nobody is interested in your product, what you are doing, because they have got their business and they want to assess how well you fit in their business. So you have to talk about your role, not the product. Not the product, not the project. So your role is consistent across all the project. So don't talk about project, role, just like I have mentioned. In JP also, I've worked in multiple products, but high level what I have been doing it in recent on it has to be last 6-7 years max. 6-7 years max what you have been doing. Before that it's okay. And 3 to 4 companies you have to, if there's not a frequent change, then 3 to 4 companies is max, which covers 6-7 years. There's no point when you started, nobody is interested. Okay, any other question you have got? So what do we learn? Summary has to be short. Difference between resume and cover letter as the company mentioned to upload. Yes. You have to, you should create a cover letter, to be honest. But cover letter is more of a generic. It doesn't, it's just the starting. What you write, you can't send, how do you share the resume? When you send a resume, you write something in the email. You can't just send the blank email. So what you write in the email is the cover letter. And the website which I have shared, they will help you in creating a cover letter. Otherwise, you can let me know. I can share the cover. This is pretty standard. This is I saw the advertisement on LinkedIn and found myself interested in this and would like to talk about it. This is my attached resume. This is the date. That's it. Simple. And I find this matching. I have played a similar role. You should talk about it, but it should be very simple and straight. Cover letter helps you to, just don't send the blank email, the attached resume. Please find my attached resume. That doesn't it's not effective. So, any other question before I summarize what we have learned today? No. Okay. So the first summary should be real. Remove all the buzzwords. Remove all the buzzwords. They don't impress. Second, experience. In the experience section, don't add more than 4 or 5 points. 5 points is sufficient. And start with in the experience. Always mention high level what is the product, why it is special, and what are the challenges that you have taken. There was so much of manual testing was done, or there was no strategy around testing. It was more of a ad hoc testing. There was no testing around security wise. See, for the PM, when you want to get into a different role, for example, PM role, so you have to showcase what you have been doing in your current project, and what is your role, which aligns to the product management. You say that I was able to collate all the bugs, and then was able to prioritize after discussion with the users or the customers or the stakeholders. That's the prioritization technique that you have learned. So that's the prioritization. Then how do you get all understanding about the business, that you understood the business? Talk about that. That after doing this has resulted in this. As a product, see, the role of the product manager is to improve the experience of the user of that product. So what you have done, see, because you're in testing role, reducing finding bugs is the first thing that you do to improve the user experience. Talk about that. And in your resume, you can talk about what kind of bugs that you have found and what has they resulted in. You found the bug at the last minute, because they made the change in just before the release. You save money. That way you have to, see, these 3 points. What is the product? Why it is interesting? What is special about it? What are the challenges that you have been given, and you overcome them. That's 3 points. That's it. And Shantanu, yes, for 20 years experience, different industry, he should mention only the relevant, not. See, if you come to me, Manish, I want a job in your company and there's opportunity. And if you talk about, oh, I've done my 10 from this, and I was this, and in this project I have, 15 years back I have done this. It doesn't matter. What can you do for me? Look at like that. You open a shop, a sweet shop, right? What will you define your sweet shop? That, oh, my sweet shop has these sweets, right? And this is the taste. You will not talk about, like, 20 years back I started this shop in Jhansi and Ahmedabad, and then that has worked really well. People will not, what you have done to now? Tell me now. Here. How much money that you can generate? What is the saving that we are having? Not 20 years before that you have done. Only the relevant and the past 7 to 8 years. That's it. Before that, people forget. I don't remember what I have done 8 years back, exactly what I have been doing it. I can't explain. Only 7-8 years I can explain. Otherwise, it's just the guesswork. Okay, so first, summary, short, realistic, remove buzzwords. Second, experience, 3 to 4 points. What is the high level project? Why it is special? What is there? Third, what the challenges that you have overcome, and what is the result. Right? Then comes the skills. What skills that you have been. Skills always measure with the numbers. What numbers have you generated? What is the change that has happened? Right? Skill corresponding. And also always mention skills with some number. How do you rate yourself for all the certifications that you have done? And so on and so forth. Everything that you mentioned. So, as I said, always, and you should also mention some hook which will be the talking point in the interview, because interviewer will look at resume. Okay, he's been, oh, what's this, tell me about it. Oh, you have been given 1%, you're given award which get only 1% of the workforce. Tell me about it. What was that? Oh, you were able to, you were part of the this group, or you were part of the campaigning for the Code for Good. What was that? So this, you should drive the entire interview right from the beginning, and that happens when you write relevant, realistic things in the resume. Bird word say nobody gets interested and nobody get impressed. Okay. And the links which I have shared, just take a look at them. You will get really good samples there, and you can create your resume. And if you feel that you need professional help, there are website fiverr.com, right? Freelancer.com. You can go there, but they charge starting from 5,000, 6,000, and they will build your resume. I have not done it for myself, but I know people who have done it and that was good. But I would recommend, instead of investing 5,000-6,000 in resume, first go through this, what I have told, everything, make the changes, actionable numbers, and what has changed because of your effort, and start applying. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Anything else? Any question that you have got? Okay, good. Happy resume building. Build and get going. Thank you.